top story, an unpleasant phone call interaction now has IU Health Arnett apologizing. The father of a patient suffering from an apparent mental breakdown is claiming that his daughter was disrespected. They claim employees were mocking them after thinking they had hung up the phone, but the father says he heard it all. News 18's Micah Upshaw has the story.
The incident happened on Christmas when Joel Hedrick noticed his daughter was acting differently.
My daughter really wasn't in her right mind as far as her thoughts and formulating her sentences and getting everything together. And so I said, well, let's just take her because she was saying something's not right.
They headed to the urgent care in West Lafayette. As part of COVID-19 safety procedures, before entering the hospital, they had to answer some questions over the phone. Hedrick says that's when the problems arose.
They asked to speak to my daughter. When they asked to speak to her, she was trying to talk to them and she went offline like we was trying to tell her something wasn't right, And so I grabbed the phone and I said, you see what I mean now? You see what I'm talking about? I said, that's why I was asking you the questions.
As Hedrick was answering questions for his daughter, he says he began picking up on the frustration in the nurse's voice. He says after the conversation ended, she hung up, or so she thought.
I heard them say, yeah, I was trying to talk to her and she couldn't get her sentences together. She's mumbling and saying something, and then the dad grabs the phone. Yeah, now you see what I'm talking about. In that voice like that. And then the doctor starts laughing. Yeah, this is going to be difficult to deal with it.
Hedrick says he made them aware that he heard what they said and took his concerns to the person in charge.
She says, oh, everybody has a bad day. Just cut them some slack. I said, well, ma'am, I could see if it was one person. I said, but we have all your other staff and the other doctor who's supposed to remain professional at all times, especially dealing with someone, a patient.
We reached out to IU Health Arnett leaders for a response. The chief medical officer wrote an apology saying, quote, on behalf of IU Health Arnett, I'm sorry that this patient had such a disappointing and unsatisfactory experience. He also mentioned that they take critical feedback very seriously and are grateful that this situation was brought to their attention.
I can forgive you, but I can't forget the experience I had. So now that leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and I hope that everybody else out here that's seeing this, they're taking it as serious as I am.
Reporting in West Lafayette, Micah Upshaw, News 18.
Mr. Hedrick's daughter was able to get the service that she needed at Franciscan Health's urgent care. He says she is recovering well. A 14-year-old